It's me, Jen Evers with Quality Crafts, and welcome to another Free Play Friday. If you're unfamiliar or you're visiting my channel for the first time and you like what you see and you enjoy this tutorial, go ahead and click that subscribe button and then click the little bell icon and click all so you don't miss another video. I release videos 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5. Monday and Wednesdays are cards in 10 minutes, and Friday is Free Play Friday, which we're doing today. And this technique has been around for a long time. I learned it years ago. However, it was just, again, refreshed in our memories by Tim Holtz, none other than. So if you are part of my group, you've probably already seen that. But check this out. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be using our embossing folders. Here's one that's really cool. I'm going to be using a lot of my 3D ones because I think they are excellent. Well, we're going to play around with the old ones too. This one has a little bit of embossing powder on it. This one is fabulous. This is one of my absolute favorites. That and this one, they turned out so beautiful. I'm going to show you how to make the ink move around a little bit in case it doesn't get full coverage. You can use, now this one was not a 3D, but check it out. Here you can use more than just one color ink, more than just one color of paper. It doesn't have to be white. That one is fabulous too. Check it out. The detail. This is an oldie but goodie embossing folder, and look how fabulous that turned out. Another one here. Debbie, it did. I was so amazed. I wanted to keep it all. I'm just keep it all to myself. This one is also, it's embossed. You can use the glazing ones, the embossing ones. Here's one that I threw in here because I thought it was kind of cool. I'm always playing around with different backgrounds and stuff, and people ask me constantly, what are you going to do with all these? Well, when I go to create a card, I usually pull from the stack of things like this. I may put a sentiment on it, add some things. I may cut a circle out of it. I may cut a square out of it, make it a shaker card. Or I might take like some really pretty pattern like this, and I might cut this into individual butterflies or flowers. And then it already has this really unique and cool pattern on it. And so the butterfly looks like, you're like, how did you make that? Well, it comes from these kind of things. And this is the best kind of play. Now, some of you guys are like, well, what happened to the hair gel, like shaker card you're going to make this week? Well, this day just kind of blew out of the water and nothing went as expected, so I had to do something that was simple and fun, super cool, that would get us revved up for the weekend. It is a sale weekend, so we will have an hour of Patreon sale tonight, and we'll have a public sale tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And remember, it's always Central Standard Time in my world, so adjust that to your time as needed. I've already got things cut out here. I've got white, I've got cream color. Some of it's a little bit thicker, some of it's thinner. I've got some of the craft colors, you can see that. I'm even going to do some little tags. These are the mixed media, what do you call that, heavy stock? Mixed media heavy stock tags from Tim Holtz. And I also have some of these, not sure if these are going to fit fully in my embossing folders, maybe not the whole thing, but I even have some circles left over from some play that I've been doing. So let's go ahead and set these aside. You guys can let me know which one was your favorite, like which style do you like the best, which colors are your favorites. If you're watching this archive, for sure, leave me some comments down below. What really trips your trigger? Like, do you like the dark brown grungy stuff like Tim Holtz? Do you like this big bold blue? Like, I love bold colors, but I also really love this. And then this one I use some of my rub-ons on, so that's another technique. But today we're going to mostly focus on the ink going on to the embossing folder. So Tim Holtz talks about the outie and the innie. So whichever side has the most flat area, that's the side that you want to put your ink on. So this one doesn't have a lot of flat area, but this is the flattest side. So I'm going to go ahead and rub some ink on there, and we're just going to crank these through. I'm going to use my old Cuttlebug here, my trusty Cuttlebug. And I think on this one I'm going to try a tag. So that's going to go almost the whole way in, and I'm going to do a couple of different colors. I was experimenting with oxides, but I got my new set of inks here. I can't bring them all down because I have 48 of them. 48 of the Pink Fresh Studio inks. They have the most amazing inks. If after you see this, you really want this set in particular, I got 3 sets. So if you are familiar with Quality Crafts, Penny and I each got a set because this is what we really wanted. And we ordered one extra set for that person who was like, I need it. I just need to have that ink. It's so pretty. So I'm going to pick a blue. I'm going to pick a purple. I'm glad to see that nobody's telling me that they can't hear me today. It shut off my microphone the other day, and I don't know why. It just did. So let's go ahead and pick another one. You know what? Let's pick pink. Raspberry Bliss and Bubblegum are some really stunning colors here. Raspberry Bliss and Bubblegum. So cool. So this ink, the caps don't hinge on, which I like, because sometimes I like to just use the whole ink straight on, and then I don't have to worry about the cover. It just removes and moves over. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of the ink on here. I'm going direct. You can use whatever you want. I'm just going direct to the, usually we say direct to paper, but I'm going direct to folder right now. All right. Put on some of the purple. And you know, sometimes it's going to turn out really awesome, and sometimes it's going to be like, not my favorite, but you won't find out unless you play, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. And, oh, slidey, slidey. We might get a little bit of a bad mark there, but that's okay. Fold it down, and I'm going to stick it into my Cuttlebug. I almost said into my embossing folder. How odd would that be? So when you're doing the Cuttlebug, if you have these extra thick 3D ones, you want to put in your heavy plate. And then you want to put this down with your paper. And then you want to put on a B plate. Let me make sure that that was correct. Yep. And that's all you need. You run it through. I'm going to go and run it through 3 times. Tim does that. I don't know. I just think it gives it more time for the ink to adhere to the paper. And then we're going to pull this out and see what we got. Oh, look at that, you guys. Look at that. Whoa. That really turned out cool. Holy man. All right, let's set that one aside. That was so cool. Now, don't forget, just take some baby wipes and wipe this off for now so that you can keep moving. If you're the type of person that doesn't like to be wasteful and use baby wipes, you can put these in a container next to you with some warm soapy water in it like Tim Holtz does. Look at all the extra color on there. I could have done another print. These inks are just so juicy and wonderful. Love them. I love the colors. There's not much about them that I don't like. Okay. So now we've got our sandwich set up. We've got a couple of inks out here. We can do all kinds of other colors too. We won't just stick to the same ones. So if you guys start, if you guys shout out like some of the colors that you want to see, then I can incorporate that into our play for the day. But I really want to do this. This was a heavy stock, right? Let's try this paper. It's really quite thin, maybe 65 pound. Let's try this one too. Yes, the one we just did. This is a 3D embossing folder. It's one of the 3D ones. If you guys want these, we can order these anytime. Just let us know. Say, hey, I'm really interested in getting those 3D folders. Can you do a pre-order so that I can get the ones I want? And we definitely will do that for you. So let's go ahead this time. And I'm just going to pull out, you know what? I've got this one, which is brick. I'm going to feel here. All right, this is the flat side. This is the down, so this is the innie and this is the outie. This is going to make the brick spread. I'm going to go ahead and try this with the circle here. And I'm going to use the red. I'm going to use Candy Apple. If you like these inks and you want to get the entire set, I think it's about $307 or so for all of them. It's already linked in the budget shop, so if you want to go over there and grab that, and that's the sale price for the whole bundle. Drop this down. We're not going to get the whole circle, but that's okay. We're going to put it through here. Oh, Now, since I'm not using the 3D one, I have to add one more B plate. So I'm going to add my extra B plate here and then roll this through. All right, let's see what we got on this one. Ooh, look at that, you guys. How cool is that? Now I could cut that off and put that on a card. That would look really neat. Here's the other thing that I want to show you about this too. Oh my gosh, every time I do one of these, it's like, it feels like a Friday. Friday! Alright, you might want to save some of these too. Look at how bright. Look at how much ink I have on here. One of these times I'm going to have to do two prints. The other thing you can do, now let's say you get one and you don't like the way it is, okay? You can take your water brush. Here's one of my water brushes. And you can squeeze out, this one's kind of got dirty water in it, but you can squeeze that out and go over the ink. Especially, this one probably won't move as much, but if you're using like distress ink and oxides, this will move that ink around. Or let's say you have the ink, you can go directly into your ink pad and add more ink in there. So if you don't like how dark it is or light it is, you can go ahead and add your inks in. Cool, right? So you can make that really dark if you want. Fun stuff. I love this. This is so cool. And that was Candy Apple. Look what a beautiful red that is. It's amazing. All right, let's see. Did anybody else have some other ones? Arrow Mom, I don't know what day it is anymore. Any types of ink that you want. Try whatever you have, Jonna. That's a really good question. Yeah, so like this one is the Paper Studio. The other ones I was using were, like I said, the 3D ones from Sizzix. So this one, you saw this one in a couple of the examples. Oh, I totally want to do this one. Okay. Let's do like a teal. And I'll show you how it turns out on craft. Now, sometimes you don't get a really great impression. So that's why I'm showing you a whole bunch of different ones. Okay, this is the one with the most flat. So I'm going to go with this one. And I'm going to grab kind of, let's see, they call this one aquamarine. But isn't that pretty? That's a pretty color. Let's do that one. I love that this goes just on there so smooth. You can use any kind of ink you want though. You don't have to use any special ink. Like I said, the first ones that I did, now I'm going to remove one piece, one B plate, because I only need one B plate with these thick ones. Ooh, teal and purple, Melanie, I love that idea. I'll do some purple and teal on the next one. Let's see what we got from this. Let's see how well that covered. Oh, see, not so well, not so well. Look. Some of them are just that way. Might be because this paper is a lot thinner than the other one. That's my guess. As the heavier the stock you can do, the better. But here you can take that same tip. This is what I did with my other ones that didn't go real well. I just went back in and watered that out and stretched out that color. And then I can go back in to my ink pad and just add that color in there. Now, you don't obviously have to go as fast as I'm going, but for the sake of the demo, I don't want you to have to watch me fill the whole thing in, but you get the gist. This is also a good way if you have the embossing folders and maybe you don't want to use your ink. I don't know, you want to maybe put little different colors in all these squares, all these little parts, and a little bit of water there. You could paint these all different colors if you wanted to. I got way too much water right there. So just be careful how much water you add. But see, then you can keep making that go around I'm going to do a little trial here, which is something we like to do on this channel. Let's say we wanted to do that one again, but we're going to try it with something like way thicker. Let's try one of his mixed media tags and see if that makes a huge difference. So I'm going to put this back on. Actually, you know what? Because somebody else asked me for purple, I'm going to make half of it purple. Let's try this thick card and see if that makes any difference. There's 1, 2. I'm going to go through it 3 times. All right, let's check this out. Oh, look at that. Almost full coverage. 3D embossing folder. Not that might not have been the total kicker there, but the paper was much thicker. There's still a couple of spots where I would like to go in and add more, so I would definitely do that. But not bad. Love that. Even that teal green could be used to spread around a little bit. Well, let's clean this one off. So speaking about using extra things that you've had that you play around with, if you save these and you dry them out, you can make gorgeous flowers from this stuff. So if you're really a saver and a recycler, you know, keep that. Keep these pieces. I'm going to try to lay them on the side of my garbage can so I can show you some later. I still have some on there. A little bit on the edge. Let's do another one. Let's try this 3D one with some regular white cardstock. This is digital opaque 110 pound. Trying to keep these all in one area so that I can show you the ones we've done when we finished. I want to do this blue because these are snowflakes, so obviously I want to do some blues. Maybe we'll mix it up a little bit. Maybe I'll do like some sky blue. Here's where you can like use, you don't have to use this direct idea. You could do use your brushes, your makeup brushes, you know, all those kind of things. I'm just going to try to add a couple of different blues here. So I think this is just a lot quicker, but if you want to go ahead and do the other ones, you can. And you can also spritz this a little too. I can't remember if, does Tim spritz his? He might. So let me just give this a very light spritz, and we're going to try this one out. See what we get. Okay, this is super thick, so I'm only going to use one B plate. And we're going to roll it through 3 times. I'm using Pink Fresh Studio inks. I went through a whole bunch of times because I was just reading what you guys were talking about. Let's see what we get here. Oh, look at that, you guys. Check it out. That's so pretty. Who wouldn't want to put that on their Christmas cards? Or maybe just a winter hello, how you doing card, right? That's so pretty. So 3D embossing folder, 110 pound paper. I feel like the heavier the paper, the better result we're getting. Look at that pretty blue and purple I got too. That's really cool. Rosie, you forgot this was Friday? I think a lot of us are in your boat. I think so. Oh, look at this one, you guys. Look at that. Here's another one. That's a 3D Sizzix one. Let's do this one. Let's do this one in a bright, bold blue. I'm going to use this one. This one's called Sapphire. I think maybe using that spritz of water made a big difference too, so we're going to try that again. All right. That, I'm going to do it. You know what? I'm going to do it with this cream. This cream is a lot thinner, so we'll just see if the thin paper makes a huge difference. Because it might. It might just be that the thin paper isn't as good. Okay. That one was really juicy. You could see the blue coming through here. Oh, look at that. Which way does this one go now? I can't remember. Does it go this way? That's so pretty. That is super pretty. What do you guys think of that? You know what? Let's put a heavyweight one through here and pick up what's left in there. And see if we can get any kind of a second time around print. There wasn't a lot of ink left, but Jonna wants to know, can you color your folders with Crayola Super Tip? Or will that damage the folder? I'm not sure about what a Crayola Super Tip is. If it's a water-based marker, it's going to bead up. Like these inks are beading up some. If it's a permanent marker, you don't want to do it like alcohol-based, it's not going to come off. That one's kind of cool, but it's very, very light. Not my favorite. I hope that answered your question. Let me know if it didn't. Like if it's anything water-based, it's going to bead up and stay on here. But if it's an alcohol ink, it's going to stain it permanently. Alcohol might take it off. You may be able to spray alcohol on it, but it might just turn a color forever. We can get these folders too, so let me know if you guys are really truly into those. We'll do another pre-order so you can get the ones you want. They are super fun. Look and see if, okay, I've not done this one, but check this one out. Is that not a cool folder? There's not really like any flat spot, so I'm not sure what we would end up with this. So let's just do this side and see what we get. I'm going to use the other side of this one. Nah, no, I'm not. I'm going to throw that one away. I'm going to use a tag. Let's do another one with a tag. I think that would be really fun. And let's mix up the colors. Let's do like a light blue, light pink. Breezy blue, breezy pink, light pink. Like sparkling rose. Yeah. Good idea. Sparkling rose. I'm hoping that doesn't... Nah, it got a little bit of purple on one side of my ink, but I'm okay with that. Wasn't that bad. Alright, let's do a little bit of a... Just a little bit of a spray. And we'll run that one through a couple times. Like I said, now this one doesn't have a real flat surface, so this might turn out looking kind of interesting. But if we don't try it, we'll never know. So using just regular Crayola markers, it's going to tend to bead up on the top of it because this plastic is non-porous. So, oh wow, look at that. Look at how that, look what happened with that. That is super fun. Oh my gosh, that's kind of creepy looking, but I like it. Creepy in a good way. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, that's a winner. That is a winner. You guys are going to want to come to the sale tomorrow because it's going to be a lot of really cool stuff. I want to try the other side of this one because that is like the prickly part. So you're going to get like a real prickly looking, I don't know how to explain it. What color should we do that one? You guys let me know what you want me to do on this side. It's like really bumpy and it's the side, it's this. All the little bumps you see on there, all those bumps would be highlighted. Yeah, we could do that for Halloween. Use black and orange, purple. That would be awesome. It looks like melting something, you know what I mean? But yes, if you have watercolor markers, I'll do some with a watercolor marker so you guys can see. Green and yellow. Okay, that was the first one I saw. I'm going to go with sweet mustard because it's a darker yellow, so we'll have a better chance of seeing it. And for green, oh, let's go key lime. So I'm going to go yellow first. We might not actually see as much on there, obviously. And then I'm going to put some key lime in there. And I think we'll do it on a white one. Because that'll be our best chance of seeing that yellow. And let's see what we get. Yeah, sci-fi, Sherry. I know, it doesn't feel like 2 weeks, does it? Time's flying. Oh, let's see. What we got here? I picked up some of the pinky purple that I had left over. And those lines are so fine that not much of the color stuck to them at all. See that? Now this one, okay, I'm going to wipe this off real quick, see if there's really not a lot of anything left on it because they're so pointed. But let's do, I'm going to do something else. Do we want to put some, I'm just going to go over it with this light blue. I'm going to try rolling it. Well, if I can find it. Okay. I know I didn't say anything about speedball, but let's see what we can if we just roll this over there a little bit. Check that out. Look at that. You just get the tops of it, and then you have some of that color that was seeping inside. I'm not going to go back over that again because I think that's probably dark enough. And then you can just wipe this off so you can use it again. Now, you can use gloves if you don't like getting inky. I mean, my hands are going to be blue, but it'll come off. 2 or 3 hand washings, it'll start just wearing right off. But do you see that? You can kind of see, you know, the green and the yellow, and then the blue goes over the top. That might be another kind of creepy crawly stuff that you want to try out. I'm thinking this would probably look really cool if we embossed it as well. I think that would be really neat. So like some of these things we can emboss. You know what? Let me pull out the ones that we've done so far. Tell me so far which one is your favorite. I'm going to take a little break here. We'll start from the left. We'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pick which one you like the best, and we're going to emboss it. Peacock's tail. That's an awesome idea. Snakeskin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. The one you guys vote for the most, we're going to go ahead and emboss over the top of it. And I'm going to kaleidoscope emboss it. Five is in the running so far. Oh, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Okay, 5 and 7. We're going to go with these two. So first of all, I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to squeeze it so that it gets into the holes as well, so that we get a lot of powder on there. So we don't want to just get the tippy tops of those little crevices, because that would look kind of boring. So I'm going to try to really get it in there. And if I look at it in the right light, I should be able to see where it's shiny. All right. It might not be perfect, but it's going to be good. And we're going to kaleidoscope, which means it's going to look rainbowy. Oh, this is going to be awesome, you guys. All right, I got to get the other half before we can turn on the embossing gun. And one more on the bottom. I wasn't very good at hitting that. And now this is going to be everywhere for about a week, because no matter what you do, this kind of embossing powder is so tiny. It's going to flutter everywhere. So I'm going to let this heat up. It's going to be noisy. I hope you guys are having a great day. This is going to be really pretty. It's already pretty. Look at it. All right, you guys, I don't know if you could see it from down there, but this is massively shiny. Now it reminds me of Mermaid. Is that not beautiful? Oh my gosh. Ooh, that's my favorite. That's so pretty. Oh wow, you guys. Tell me if you love that. I want to see all the love down there in the comments. All the love. We're going to do this one too because that is fantastic. These are totally different colors. I can't wait to see how this turns out. Yes, man. Thank you, Melanie. I do. I just love it. That is so gorgeous. This one's going to be just as pretty, just in brighter, bolder colors, right? Oh my gosh, I love that one so much. Darn. I'm going to have to make more of that one. Yeah. It's stunning. You should be able to see this one change because the colors are much darker. You see it go? Let's see if I can stand so you can watch it go too. I think I might have missed a little bit on the purple. Either that or I went over it too long because it disappeared. I might have missed it on the way through, but check that out. Ooh, psychedelic. It's not that I don't love this one, but dang, look at the difference in the colors. Wow. That's so pretty. We have a lot of powders. I don't think we have this one in stock, but I can look to see if we can order these for you guys. This one is really pretty. All right, I gotta get some of this off of here. I'm wiping off some of the Versamark too because I got it all over my mat. Cool. Oh, Cindy, you'll have to come back and watch it from the start. It'll rewind and save itself when it's done here. Oh, you know what? I missed this one. I missed that one when I showed you all the ones that we had made. Look at that. We made all these. How fabulous is that? Let's see if I can find my I like that one too. I'm looking for the one that I have that looks like metal. I'm looking for this one. I'm looking for this one because I thought that might be fun. Okay, it's being stubborn. It doesn't want to be found. Let's see, is it over here? Nope, that's the first one we tried. That's not it. Well, darn it, I can't find that one right now, you guys. Can't do that one. I haven't done very many of the regular ones, though. Oh, let's do a polka dotty one. I've not done that. Okay, polka dot it is. And I love purple. We don't have enough purple in our lives. Let's do a couple different colors of purple. Look at the vast differences in purple that you get with this set. It's amazing. I'm going to go with this lighter one first. Let's see which one I want to do. I want to do the actual polka dots. I'm going to make the actual polka dots colored. Okay, so that was candy violet. This one is lavender. Whoops, wrong side. Candy lavender. No, candy violet, lavender, and regal kiss. What a perfect name for a purple. Regal kiss. Do you see how that's beading up there? Like, this looks like really covered, but eventually they kind of just make those little beads. That's what your marker is going to do. So if you do try to use your markers, give it a little spritz so that it'll spread out when you do it. Okay, again, since this is not going to be heavy stock and it's not a 3D folder, I'm going to go ahead and add like 3 of these. How many is this? 4 of these to my inside. I don't really care if I get perfect placement. I just want to play around with it and see what will happen to that. So since it's a thin one, I can use 2 B plates. Ooh. No, since I added so much paper, I can only use 1. So we're just going to do 1 B plate. So first the big one, then this one, then 1 B plate. I might need a shim. The other B plate is too much. So here's how we're going to fix that. We're going to take out the 2 top pieces without moving the bottom because we don't want to wreck our dots. Okay. Let's try this again. Let's see if we can do the 2 B's and get it through there. Oh, that's a good one. We're going to roll it through a couple of times. The ink pads can be ordered separately, yes. If you guys want to do individual ink pads, we'd be happy to do that. Oh, I scooched it over a tad. Look at that. But I do have an extra bonus of one that I can use somewhere else. But here's my dots. Not so happy with that one. Not my favorite. It's hard to see, but it's got a double dot. Do you see that? I moved it over a little bit much. Let's try, because I don't want to give up on this one. I love that color. Let's try this one with... Everything's getting all full of ink, guys. Let's try this one, this Regal Kiss, with white, because we know that this one's working out pretty darn good for us. Quick spritz. Should be able to use 2 B plates. Give it some time to do it too. Like, send it through 2, 3, 4 times. Look at the difference here. Thicker paper, and I went through like 4 times, just letting it like ooze into that paper, just sink right in. That one was way better than the other one. Now I want to try the outside. I want to try the outside to see if that gives us a much different look. And then I'm going to have to wrap it up so I can get ready for the next sale. I want to do, now this one's on a much thicker piece. We're going to do this one on this side. And what color do I want to, you know what, I want to do coral reef. I love this color. Look at that peachy coral. It's gorgeous. So this time, instead of getting the dots, we're going to get the flat part, and we're going to get the white dots. I'm not going to spray this one this time. I'm going to put it direct onto the ink and see what happens. So thin, regular embossing folder, 110-pound paper, no water spray. So technically we're stamping our paper by putting ink on our embossing folders instead of ink on a stamp. So I saw somebody go, I'm confused. What does this mean? Oh, look how nice that turned out. Look how nice that turned out. This would look really pretty embossed, don't you think? Yes, that is magnificent. If you like this, you like to see these backgrounds also be used in different cards, won't you consider, if you're new, subscribing to my channel so that you can see all the new things and next things I come up with. We're going to be doing another type of a shaker card using hair gel. That's coming up. We've got another one coming up where we're going to be making 3-dimensional flowers to go with our hummingbird stamps that we got. There's just so many ideas that I have pages of them, so... But things just pop up and I'm like, oh dang, gotta do that one. Gotta do that one. It does kind of look honeycombish, doesn't it? Look at those dots. That's so cool. I want to emboss that now. But I gotta get going, so let me show you some of the things that we went through today. We had a couple of semi-fails. I wouldn't call that a fail. I think it would be fun. If you don't like one side, flip it over, try another. We did some where we embossed them after we stamped them. So if you guys want products that mimic the things that I've used, let us know. We'll do a pre-order for them. And then we have a couple more that we did today. We did this cool one. This is one of my favorites. With the 3 different blues. This one didn't work out as well. Thinner paper. That might be a big difference in that. That was a 3D folder. This was a 3D folder, but thicker paper. Look at the difference. Thin paper, thick paper. I really think part of it is just the thickness of the paper, you guys. Here's another one that we did, and then we brayered over the top of that one because the lines didn't turn out all that perfect. And then we did this brick one. And I showed you how if you take a water brush or any kind of paintbrush and you dip it into your inks, you can make these darker if you want that color darker. Don't throw it out. That looks really cool. You can also go over the tops of these, because this has a bump. Not a really big one. But if I went over the top of that one with black, I bet we'd have bumpy black. Let me just try that right before we go. Look at that. That's really cool. So ink to paper too also works. Cindy says, do you have tutorials on embossing with dies? I do not yet, as far as I know. As far as I can remember back to several years, I don't think I do. If that's something that you want to see, pop that into our group too. If you're not a part of it, we're on Facebook as Koala Tea Crafts. If you need help finding that, just go to qualitycrafts.com and leave us a message. The fastest way to get a response from Penny Jo and myself would be to private message us on Facebook. I'm Jen Evers and she is Penny Jo Ratcliffe. All right, we'd love to get in touch with you and help you out with stuff. Yeah, Freedom Deep, thanks for coming. Discontinued the Cuttlebug, but any kind of rolling or electric, any kind. Big Shot will do this. Don't worry about the Cuttlebug not being around. You can use practically anyone that's out for sale right now. Will do the same thing. All right, you guys, I gotta fly. This has been so much fun. Cindy, I will look into that, okay? Next week I have to do the hair gel one because I promised people I was going to do that one. It's really cool. But yeah. Penny, write a note for me, okay? So I don't forget about that one. Tutorials on how to emboss using your dies. One thing I do think that you have to have if you're going to attempt that is some of the rubber plates. Before I go real quick, let me show you one. Is it in this one? Yeah. From what I know about it, you're definitely going to want some of these like rubbery pads to help you out with that. To squish the paper, okay? Alrighty, guys. As always, it's super fun hanging out with you. Do not forget that now during COVID and extenuating out whatever until this is over, even after it's over, we're going to be doing Zooms make sure I get this right. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 1 p.m. Every other Saturday when there's not a sale at 1 p.m. We usually go from like 1 to 4, 1 to 5. So it's like 3 or 4 hours of total fun of us just hanging out together. Go to Quality Crafts on Facebook. You will find all the information there. The links will pop up there. And if you have any questions, let us know. Alrighty, guys. Have an awesome weekend. Make sure to subscribe, give me that thumbs up, invite some friends, and I can't wait to see you guys next video.